Hi everyone, welcome back to Houseplant Essentials. I'm your host Bryce. Thank you for being here today. In today's video, I'll be talking to you about the most favorite tool that I have in my tool bag for my houseplants, and that is a moisture meter. This thing is great. I have not found anything better. So essentially what a moisture meter does is that it tests the moisture in soil, which lets me know exactly when I should water or when I shouldn't. So it helps prevent over and under watering, which are the #1 killers of houseplants. So I think this is a great tool. Let's talk a little bit more about it in detail. All right, so the moisture meter actually tests for 3 different things. The first test is for moisture, obviously, which lets us know when we should water our plants. The second test that it does is to test the light in the soil. And the third is that it tests the pH level of the soil. So 3 different tests in one small little device. Such a great thing to have. Now I do get some questions like, how does it work and should I get one? So I can answer the second one easily. Yes, you should get one. I use this almost daily to check my plants to see if they need to be watered, and that really has helped them flourish because I'm not dealing with plants that have been overwatered and the ones that are turning yellow and turning brown, and you see all these plants on Facebook and stuff in these groups, like people really struggling with their plants. Well, this tool can help prevent some of those issues. All right, so I think the best thing now is to just show you how it works and see what you think about it then. Okay, so before we begin testing the plants, I'd just like to show you a few things. So here is the dial of the moisture meter. It has 3 zones. It goes from dry to moist to wet, and it goes from 1 to 10. One thing that I like to do is water my plants when it goes to a 3. All right, so right on a 3, not between a 4 and a 3, but right on a 3. And that's what I do for all of my plants, and it has worked out really well. One thing, it's got these rods, so these go down in the soil. If you're pushing this into the soil and you're getting some resistance, it's hard to push, you're likely running into some roots, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to damage the roots. So pull it out and find a different place to push the rods into. And I think that's pretty much it. So let me start showing you my plants. All right, here's my dining room area that I absolutely love. I love these tall windows that provide a lot of good natural light. But that's not why we're in here, not to show off my dining room, although I love it so much. I want to show you how to use the moisture meter. So I think we're going to start by using it on my Monstera deliciosa here. And this is my mother plant. So I've got my moisture meter here, and we'll just get started. So we just want to push it down 3/4 of the way or so. I'm just going to do it right here. And okay, I'm not getting any resistance, so that is good. I did not hit any roots. So let me take a look here and see what it's reading. Okay, so you can see that it is in the wet zone, so it does not need to be watered. Sometimes I like to just go ahead and test the plant 2 or 3 times to make sure that it is very accurate. So I'm going to turn this plant and test it out again. Let's go right here. 3/4 of the way down. And again, it is in the wet zone. So that looks good. Now we're going to pull this out. Make sure to take a rag and wipe off the ends of the prongs there. And then we'll test another plant. All right, so next we have this garment rack turned plant hanging rack that I put together, I should say, and really love it, but I just had to show that off before I did the moisture meter test. So anyway, here is a marble queen pothos, and I am going to test this one. I think this one might need to be watered, so we will figure that out. So let's just take the moisture meter here and gently push it down. So that one didn't go down all the way, but you can see here that it is in the dry zone. It's actually at a 1, so that indicates that it should be watered. However, I still want to test it another time to make sure that that's actually accurate. I don't want to water a plant that really doesn't need it, so I'm going to move it here. Okay, so here we go. You can see the reader went to a 1, so that indicates that, yeah, it does need to be watered. So I'll pull this out, clean off the rods, and put it away. All right, next we have my dwarf umbrella tree, also known as a Schlefflera, and I am going to go ahead and just test it, just like the other two. So let me put this down in the soil, and there we go, going in just fine. Let's take a look at it. It is down at a 1, so that would indicate that it needs to be watered. However, I do want to take another test just to make sure. So I'm going to pull this out and move it over here and test right here. Let's see here. So let's see what it says. Right here we have in between a 2 and a 3. So again, that indicates that it needs to be watered. So 2 negative, positive tests. And I just need to water my marble queen and this dwarf umbrella tree. So I will do that and I'll be back. Okay, so that is it for the moisture meter in real time. Hope that that made some sense and that you were able to follow along easily. Yeah, and I just want to say that I love this tool. I think this is definitely worth $10 on Amazon, and to help assist you in your plant care. It's definitely helped me with mine, helps prevent overwatering. So that's a huge benefit that we could all use. So with that, that'll be it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Before you go, don't forget to hit like if you liked today's video, and subscribe so you get notified of new content when it's available. All right, thank you so much. Have a nice day.